Imagine building something with your own hands, pouring your heart into it, sacrificing sleep, comfort, and certainty, only to be thrown out of it one day as if you never mattered. No warning, no mercy, just failure. That happened to Steve Jobs. The man the world now calls a legend was once fired from his own company. Today everyone knows his success. But very few truly understand his failure, and this is not just his story, this is for you. Steve Jobs was born in 1955 and given up for adoption at birth, and from the very beginning life was uncertain for him. He was curious, restless, and different. He didn't like rules and he didn't follow the system. He dropped out of college not because he was weak, but because he refused to live a life that didn't feel meaningful. While everyone else was chasing security, he was chasing purpose. One day, in a small garage with his friend Steve Wozniak, he started building something that would change the world. And that small idea was called Apple. People laughed, investors doubted, experts said it would never work. But Steve Jobs believed in vision over validation. Apple grew faster than anyone imagined. Apple II became a massive success, and then came the Macintosh by his mid-20s. Steve Jobs was a millionaire, and by 30 he was one of the most powerful young entrepreneurs in the world. Money, fame, influence, everything was there. Then everything was taken away. At just 30 years old, Steve Jobs was pushed out of the very company he created. The board turned against him. The people he trusted removed him. Imagine being rejected by your own dream. He later said it was the most devastating moment of his life. For months he felt lost, empty, and broken. This was the moment where most people give up. This is where dreams usually die, but not his. Instead of quitting, he restarted, and with nothing but experience, scars, and hunger, he built a new company called NeXT. At the same time, he bought a small, struggling animation studio called Pixar. For years, NeXT struggled. Pixar struggled. The world said he was finished, but while the world doubted him, he was sharpening his mind. Then one day Pixar released its first full-length animated movie, Toy Story, and it became a global success. Pixar changed animation forever, and at the same time Apple, without Steve Jobs, was falling apart. The company he once built was now near bankruptcy. Then something unbelievable happened. Apple bought NeXT, and just like that, Steve Jobs returned to Apple. But this time he returned different, stronger, wiser, unbreakable. He cut failing projects. He simplified everything. He focused on innovation, design, and excellence, and then the comeback began. First came the iMac, then the iPod, then iTunes, and in 2007 the world was introduced to the iPhone. Not just a phone, but a revolution. After that came the iPad, and Apple became the most valuable company on earth. The man who was once fired now reshaped the future of humanity, and the most powerful lesson is this. Steve Jobs did not succeed because he avoided failure, he succeeded because he walked through it. He did not let rejection define him. He did not let loss destroy him. He did not let humiliation stop him. He used it. He once said that half of what separates successful people from unsuccessful ones is pure perseverance, and this is where your story begins. Right now you might feel behind. You might feel lost. You might feel like life is unfair. You may have failed an exam, lost a job, lost money, lost people, or lost confidence, and your mind is telling you it's over. But Steve Jobs lost everything at 30 and built the greatest comeback in business history. After that, failure is not your enemy. Giving up is. Pain does not arrive to destroy you. Pain arrives to rebuild you stronger. Every rejection you face is training for the level you are about to reach, and every delay is preparation for timing you don't understand yet. If you feel like quitting today, remember this. Steve Jobs was once broke, once rejected, once finished in the eyes of the world, but he did not stop, and because he did not stop, the world could not stop him. Your past does not decide your future. Your mistakes do not cancel your potential. Your current pain does not limit your destiny, and what matters is one thing only: will you stand up again? Because the moment you rise after failure, you become dangerous, not to others but to your old limits, and one day, if you refuse to quit, if you keep learning, if you keep working, if you stay patient, if you stay hungry, someone else will tell your story too, not as a failure but as proof that struggle creates strength. And if this story gave you even a small spark of hope, if it made you feel that maybe your life is not over yet, maybe your comeback is still waiting, then stay connected with this channel. Subscribe so you never miss the stories that remind you who you can become, because your story is not finished and your best chapter may still be ahead.